Awesome with Aquatic Oasis, and today we're talking about this drainage barrier that we have created. It's a new invention for bioactive vivariums, and the idea here is after maybe you have an existing terrarium that you want to upgrade. Well, the idea here is that you can excavate out your drainage layer or whatever media it is you have, and you can install this free of glue. And if you really needed to, you could silicone it into place. So far, just the pressure from the substrate has been more than sufficient for us. But this would install on the inside of the tank, and then which would allow moisture to drain through your layer. And then if you were to drill right here for a drainage port using a bulkhead or a quick connect fitting, allow for a clean drainage without getting the substrate coming out and blocking and clogging it. So that's what we're going to do today for an existing customer. We're going to upgrade this system for them, install the drainage barrier box right here, drill the tank, and install the fitting. Now we're getting ready to drill the glass. A lot of people haven't done this, so it makes them nervous. What's important is you're going to want a drill with a diamond edge drill bit that's intended for tile or glass. Now, the number one thing that's going to cause your tank to glass is going to be the glass itself overheating from the friction created by the diamond bit. Now, think of the diamond bit as almost like a really coarse sandpaper, and so it's going to create that friction and that energy really quick on the glass. So as I'm drilling, I'm going to have Josh here spraying it with a spray bottle, which will keep the glass cool and keep the bit cool as well, so we don't have that problem. The second thing that's always caused me to break glass is actually not the drilling itself. It's after I punch through the glass, I'll oftentimes, because you're putting so much pressure, continue with the drill and then hit it with the drill. I've done that 10 times or more, and it's the most frustrating because the hole would have been perfect if it weren't for the fact that I did that. So I usually keep my hand close and use it as a gauge, like just my finger there. You're not going to cut yourself with these bits, they're not sharp. So I'll just keep my finger there. That way when I do pop through the glass, I don't smack it with the drill itself. And this will drain because it's a used system full of water. So just keep that in mind in case you're prepared for it. You can have a bowl on the floor or whatever. Now that we have the glass drill with the bulkhead installed, we're going to put the substrate barrier for the drainage in place. We have the open corner is the corner that's going to fit into the corner of the tank, like so. Just like that. Just a friction fit is all we're working with here. And now you can either just take your current substrate and push that into place, or what we're going to do is we're going to take actual aquarium gravel that's a little bit larger, allows a little bit more water through it, and we're going to put that just around the immediate surface of the drainage barrier cup. That way this doesn't have any chance of getting bogged or clogged. Now that looks pretty silly with that confetti, but it's going to allow you to see exactly what we're shooting for. You can see how the barrier box is keeping this drainage port clean of any substrate, of any material that will clog it. And that's all it's really intended to do. And it sounds simple enough, but it is a game changer when it comes to getting a bioactive system that drains properly. So you don't have to worry about if you have like a mist king or something that's going off really heavily. Especially if you're trying to breed the animals and you're trying to mimic like a monsoon season. Having something like this in place is going to make it so much easier and more efficient for you and for your project that you happen to work with. So now that we've done that, I'm just going to take the previously existing substrate, push it into place, cover up that monstrosity of a colored vomit bomb. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm just putting a couple different materials in here to create a new forest floor in for the frogs or whatever animal. Now we didn't talk about this too much, but the next benefit of having one of these drainage boxes is the effect it will have on your botanicals, your plants, your vines, bromeliads, anything like that. If you have a proper drainage from the system, that's not going to get swampy and disgusting. It's going to create a perfect environment for these plants to thrive, grow. And for those of you that like to keep a really nice vivarium with exotic and sometimes rare plants, that is essential, especially if you plan on making clippings and trying to sell it. You'll notice and you'll find that your plants will grow faster, a lot of times a lot more robust. So that is one of the things we've noticed when we've kept our tanks with a drainage box.
what it is. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even
So in closing of this video, just wanted to reiterate what we did. We installed one of our drainage boxes that just went into the corner of this existing bioactive vivarium. The purpose of that is so that we can have a true drainage, whether you're draining that into a bucket or into plumbing, drain in the floor. This is going to be the best way of keeping animals with a sufficient and true drainage that's going to allow for better isopod, springtail populations, and other microfauna that can grow in the tank, as well as perk up your plants and give a good drainage for their root systems. But the main purpose of doing the drainage that everyone's going to want it for is for the health of their animals. It's going to allow for old, stale water to drain out sufficiently, clean the substrate, and it'll allow you to throw a lot of water at the system if you're trying to breed or if you're wanting a really humid system with fresh water. From doing this, let's say if you threw 2-3 gallons at your tank a day, which sounds crazy, but it's how I do it, that's not going to be a concern because that excess water will just drain out and you'll be able to flush the system, which is going to be fantastic. So this is what we used. A little drainage guard box is what we're using it as. And just installed in the back here, drilled the glass, and we should be good to go. So if you ever have any questions, please reach out to us at aquaticoasis at gmail.com, at our Facebook, Instagram, and as well as YouTube to follow more videos like this one.